So I was at the supermarket recently and someone overheard me talking about supplements and asked me about an energy drink called Bravenly Rush. This is something I'm familiar with because I've already written a detailed review on Bravenly Rush over at supplementclarity.com. But what I'm going to do here is show you the highlights of that review and give you some additional commentary. So this is kind of going to be the director's cut, if you will. Let's start at the top. What is Bravenly Rush? It's a powdered energy drink. You mix it with water, you shake it up, you stir it up, you drink it, and it's basically said that by the company that it's supposed to improve your overall energy throughout the day. That's a good thing. Improve your thinking, give you more mental clarity. That's very interesting. And also suppress your appetite. So how do we know this is really true? So what I would say is let's jump right down here to the research on Bravenly Rush. And I'll tell you that when I went to the website of the company, bravenlyglobal.com, I didn't see any clinical research on Bravenly Rush itself. Now, lack of research doesn't mean something doesn't work, it just means that nobody's actually taken it to the lab yet. That said, there is research on the ingredients in Bravenly Rush, and I'm going to call attention to some of those ingredients and research to give you a better idea. Now let's scroll down to the ingredients in Bravenly Rush. This is a summary of the supplement facts label that I took from the supplement facts label screenshot I took on the website. There's a lot of ingredients here, as you can see. It's an awful lot. I couldn't even fit them on one screen, for goodness sake. But I want to call your attention to a few of these ingredients. I want to bypass vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, no big deal. Niacin, I will point out they are using the no flush version of niacin, niacinamide. It's not going to cause any kind of feelings of warmth or a rash or anything like that, so that's good. Vitamin B6, so they're giving us 200% of the daily value for vitamin B6. I think I might know why, because one of the claims here is clearer thinking, okay? Vitamin B6, there is some research on it that it may help anxiety and depression. I'm wondering if that may be one of the reasons why they're using such a high dose of vitamin B6. If we go right down below it, we see an awful lot of vitamin B12, and I get that for an energy drink. I see lots of B12 in lots of energy drinks out there because why is that? You need B12 to make red blood cells. Red blood cells carry oxygen through the body, and if we were anemic, not making enough red blood cells, or they weren't functioning right, well, one of the side effects of anemia is you get tired. So the idea here behind B12 and energy drinks is it'll boost your red blood cell production and give you more energy. Okay, that's fine and dandy. The issue with B12 is that most people don't run out of it very easily. You've got a couple years of B12 stored in your body. So with a few exceptions, some people may need a supplement, but if you're generally healthy, you might not need as much B12 as you think. That said, let's take a pin in that for right now. If we go down, again, a little bit more chromium, okay, they're giving us 100% of daily value for chromium. That can help regulate blood sugar. That's all fine and good. Now let's skip down to the proprietary blend, the nootropic proprietary blend, which has got a lot of ingredients here, okay? So when it comes to proprietary blends you see in supplements, that's usually where the so-called magic happens. Here, all these ingredients you see are adding up to 665 milligrams. That's a little more than half a gram, okay? 500 milligrams is a half a gram, so a little more than that. There's a lot of ingredients here, but when it comes to analyzing proprietary blends, remember the rule of thumb. The things you see at the top of the proprietary blend make up the most. The things you see at the bottom of the proprietary blend make up the least. Okay, so inulin, glycine, caffeine, they make up most of this nootropic proprietary blend in Bravenly Rush. Now, I'm going to call attention to some of the research on some of these ingredients to hopefully give you a better idea on whether or not this might live up to your expectations. And let's scroll down here to inulin. So inulin is a soluble fiber, okay? And as a fiber, it has no calories, all right? And there is research that inulin may curb appetite and may even play a role in improving your mood, etc. For example, I called attention to this clinical paper here where researchers gave basically tea that was enriched with inulin. Okay, so they basically sprinkled some inulin in it, and these individuals reported that they didn't feel as hungry and their memory appeared to improve as well. That may be one of the reasons why Bravenly Rush is including inulin in their product. I will call attention that this particular study used a lot of inulin. It was 5 grams of inulin that was added to the tea. That is more than is in Bravenly Rush. Not to say that less might not also work. We need human studies to find that out. And right now I'm not aware of any, but this is what I was able to find out. The other thing I'll point out with inulin, if you're interested in this, even though I do see it in a lot of weight loss supplements and other things as well, you can purchase inulin by itself. I'm not endorsing this particular product, but you can go on any website, Amazon, etc., eBay, and you can just search for inulin, and it's pretty inexpensive, okay? And you can purchase it yourself and see if you like it. So you can actually mix it into smoothies, which again will thicken the smoothie up and maybe do some good for you. So again, don't think you only have to get this in a proprietary blend. You can purchase it on its own. And the other thing I'll point out about inulin is, remember, it is a fiber. And as a fiber, even though you and I can't get nutrients from fiber, your microbiome can. Healthy bacteria like to eat fiber. And so this may be one of the reasons why inulin is maybe improving mood, because maybe it's adjusting the balance of the microbiome, giving us more healthy bacteria and decreasing the more unhealthy bacteria. That's speculation. However, the microbiome is the wild, wild west of nutrition right now. And we do know that eating more fiber does improve gut health in about 2 or 3 weeks. You'll see an improvement in the diversity of the microbiome. So maybe that's how inulin is working. Glycine is another component of Bravenly Rush. It's high up in the proprietary blend. And what glycine does is glycine helps us make glutathione because it helps us make N-acetylcysteine. N-acetylcysteine is a nutrient, and both glycine and N-acetylcysteine raise glutathione. Glutathione is an antioxidant nutrient which reduces free radical stress and may help protect us against different diseases out there. I did call attention to one study where 400 milligrams of glycine improved memory in healthy people. No research I'm aware of on people with dementia, but in healthy people it appeared to improve memory. Okay, remember that all supplements do not happen, their benefits don't happen overnight. This took about 6 months to see improvement. So again, I think it depends on what level of memory detriment someone might have. Another thing that this may do is improve sleep. I called attention to this particular study where 3,000 milligrams of glycine appeared to help people sleep better. Again, just to take a step back, the amounts that I'm calling attention to here, they are more than is in Bravenly Rush. Would lesser amounts work the same way? We don't know until more research is done. Glycine is also very popular in the anti-aging world. I've done some videos on this as well. It's part of a supplement combo called Gly-Nac, glycine and N-acetylcysteine. There is some research showing that Gly-Nac, the combination of these two nutrients, raise glutathione levels even higher than either one by themselves. I'll link to my Gly-Nac videos below so you can check more about that. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, again, we'll come back to vitamin B12, which I mentioned a little bit ago. Yes, vitamin B12 is a water-soluble vitamin, but we store a few years of B12 in our body. So it's unlikely that we would run out of it anytime soon, but there could be some exceptions to this. For example, people over 50 may not absorb vitamin B12 as well, and so eventually they might run out of it. That's why you may have heard that maybe your parents and grandparents may need to take shots of B12 from their doctor periodically, or maybe they take a sublingual B12 supplement. Okay, because that'll bypass the stomach as well. So that may be something. Some individuals may take a medication called metformin. Metformin lowers blood sugar levels, but it can also impede the absorption of vitamin B12. And again, something to talk to someone's physician if they're taking that medication. And then people who are not only vegans might need to be taking it, because whereas B12 mostly found, but in meat and poultry and stuff like that, a little bit in, say, mushrooms and some other foods, but not as much. But also people who've undergone weight loss surgery might also need a B12 supplement and other supplements, depending on the type of surgery they might have had. Now, scroll down a little bit more, and I think this next nutrient is really important for memory because there is research on it. It's called Bakaba. So Bakaba is a nutrient, and there have been several clinical trials on this showing that it does appear to have some benefits on memory. In this paper that I pull attention to here, older folks were given 300 milligrams of Bakaba, and when they did before and after memory tests, their memory appeared to improve, and they appeared to learn more information better, faster, if you will. So there is research on Bakaba. Many of the studies, as I've called attention to, appear to use this particular proprietary formula here called Bakamind. However, I'm not aware of any proof that any Bakaba wouldn't have the same results. You can purchase Bakaba on its own, and it doesn't have to be in a proprietary blend. However, I do want to mention to you that, again, Bakaba, if you have memory problems, you're taking medications for that, do run this past your doctor. Again, if you have any kind of medicine, any kind of medication problems, or any kind of ailments, it's always good to talk to a physician. For instance, like hypothyroidism. This is something that could also interfere with hypothyroidism, or even hyperthyroidism for that matter. Caffeine is another part of the proprietary blend in Bravenly Rush. I couldn't find out how much caffeine is in Bravenly Rush. All we're told is that the whole proprietary blend has 665 milligrams. Caffeine is up there at the top. It's one of the top 3 ingredients, but they don't tell us how much is in it. So I wish I knew that answer. If you are a Bravenly Rush distributor, I wish you would chime in and let me know. If I had to spitball it, I would say probably 50 to 100 milligrams. But again, I have no way of knowing either way how much caffeine is in Bravenly Rush. So if I scroll down a little bit more here, I do want to mention that the company, last time I checked, which was this morning when I recorded this video, the company does have a very good rating with the Better Business Bureau, and that's a good thing. I like to see companies that have high ratings with the Better Business Bureau. I didn't see any red flags when I checked their website either. Again, I will say by the time you see this, you may see something different. I don't know. So go on your web browser of choice if you want to look at the rating for yourself. Type in the letters BBB and Bravenly Global. That's the name of the company. If you type in BBB Bravenly Global, the Better Business Bureau rating should pop up, and you can see what it looks like when you're viewing this video. Now, one thing I do want to call your attention to is the return policy, which I think many people, if not aware of it, may get blindsided. So Bravenly Rush comes with a 45-day money-back guarantee. That's a little low than I would like. I would like to see maybe 60 days or a little bit more than that, but it is what the company is giving us. However, realize that when you order, the 45 days begins when you order the supplements, not when it arrives at your home. Keep that in mind. I've seen that with a lot of different companies. So make a note on your calendar when you order this product. Also, the 45 days includes holidays, non-business days, and weekends. So in other words, don't order this right before Christmas when there's always going to be slowdown in the mail service. Keep that in mind. So and if you are going to return this, the company must receive your return before or on the 45th day. So don't wait till 45 days and say, I want a refund. You should give yourself at least a week before and then send it in. It may take, depending on your mail, wherever you are, it may take longer than a week. So again, I'll leave that to your discretion of what you think is in your best interest. If you return a product, you cannot purchase it again and get a refund. Basically, what I'm saying here is you try Bravenly Rush and you say, it's not working, I want a refund. You send it back, but maybe in a couple months you say, I think I want to try it again. You could do that. They'll give you they'll sell you another bottle of it, but if you try to get a refund on that second bottle, that's not going to happen. You're only going to get a refund on the very first time you purchase it, so remember that. Also, again, not a big deal that you're paying the return shipping costs. That's very common in all industries, but when you do make a return on a product, the company is going to hold back 10% of your purchase price for, as they call it, an administration fee. I call it sometimes a restocking fee. I'm not a big fan of that, but that is their policy. So I wanted to point that out so anybody watching this is not blindsided if they want a refund. Now, in terms of customer complaints, I didn't see any out there when I looked. Again, by the time you see this video, you may see customer complaints, but I didn't see anything when I did. Same thing with any warning letters from the FDA, and that's a good thing. I don't want to see warning letters from the Food and Drug Administration. I do think the key ingredients, if Bravenly Rush really works, I think these are the key ingredients: caffeine, inulin, bacaba, and vitamin B6. Again, I have no proof of this because we would do research to compare these ingredients to Bravenly Rush itself, and I'm not aware of it. So that's what I think might be the key ingredients in Bravenly Rush if it really does live up to what it is being said it does. Now, side effects. Everything has side effects out there. Again, just because something might be natural doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be safe. So again, pregnant, breastfeeding, you talk to your doctor. If you're about to have surgery or take any medications, you want to talk to your doctor and pharmacist first. Again, across the board for anything. I will point out that, again, high doses of vitamin B6 may cause some involuntary muscle twitching that some people have told me. I'm not aware of that happening with Bravenly Rush, but I wanted to call your attention to it. And then again, riboflavin is a yellow colored vitamin. There's a good amount of riboflavin in Bravenly Rush, so don't be surprised if your urine changes color. It's harmless. It's not going to hurt anybody. And so again, it's something I sometimes hear people wonder about. Not a big deal here. Pros and cons as I see it with Bravenly Rush. So ingredients make sense. Yeah, I get why they're including some of the ingredients. I do see research on some of the key ingredients. That's a good thing. Pretty easy to purchase. And again, one thing I really do like is they're not automatically enrolling you in auto shipments. That's good. It means you're not going to get blindsided by unforeseen credit card charges. I like that. In terms of cons, I would like to see some research on Bravenly Rush itself. Okay, and again, I don't see that on a lot of supplements, but I do like that. If I can get it, I'll take it. Not a fan of proprietary blends because it kind of shields us from seeing the actual amounts of all the ingredients in a blend. So that's, again, my own personal opinion. I think it's a little pricey. Your price point may be different than mine. And again, prices may be different when you see this video. So again, check out their website for price updates. And then the other thing I point out is that I think the return policy is a little odd. I wish it was longer than 45 days, but it is what it is. This video went a little bit longer than I normally do, but unfortunately it's not always possible to condense everything into a 5 or 6 minute video, but hopefully you took something of value from what I put together here. And if you've tried Bravenly Rush, do leave a comment below and let me know what you think of all this. And until next time, take care out there.